Welcome to the coach trip. 7 couples on a 30-day tour in the sun. For some of them, it could be the holiday of a lifetime, taking in some amazing sights and cities.
I've thoroughly enjoyed myself. In fact, I think it's been one of my biggest life experiences.
But for others, it could be a complete nightmare.
It's very warm. Thought I was going to pass out because of the heat in them suits. But at the end, I just annoyed me because I didn't appreciate Brendan's attitude towards me.
This is no ordinary coach trip, because if you don't like the people you're travelling with, you can vote to send them home.
I have not been offensive to anyone on this trip at all.
I'm going to keep friends with you after that. And I've
By doing what, Andrea? By doing what?
Forget it.
Child.
You're the child in this.
Yeah, point away, point away.
There are currently 6 couples travelling on the coach. Husband and wife, Dave and Di.
We're really looking forward to going out tonight and...
We've got to go in the mood now, got the rhythm and the beat, and we're up for a good night out, I think.
Yeah. Hit that vinyl, yeah.
Partners, Ivor and Andrea.
You always fancy having this really gorgeous suntan when you come away. For some reason on this one, it didn't happen.
Mother and daughter, Anne and Doris.
The yoga teacher, I thought was a bit dishy. No, what, the woman? What, for men, not for me.
Friends, Becky and Jess.
I'm single, but there's no one on the coach that has caught my eye, probably because there's a lack of young female, young gentlemen on the coach.
Husband and wife, Paul and Joy.
Ibiza is beautiful, it's very peaceful.
Peace.
Friends, Jackson and Victoria.
We're... What's the word I'm looking for?
Out there, maybe.
Could be. Out of our tent. Out of our tent, that's it. And they're not necessarily. They're well in the caravan.
And always ready to party is Brendan, their tour guide.
And it's lovely to dance, you know, and I don't need sort of like alcohol or drugs to make me dance either, you know, I can just get up, you know, give me a bit of ABBA and I'm anybody's. Absolutely anybody's.
Yesterday, the group visited the party island of Ibiza, where a private mixing lesson with DJ Brandon Block revealed Doris's hidden talent.
DJ Doris, the 1s and 2s and 3s and the 4s and the 1s and the 2s and game!
At voting time, Joe and Marlon received their second yellow card, which meant they had to leave the trip. But will Joe's departure make it a smoother ride for the rest of the passengers on day 18 of the coach trip? It's 8 a.m. and the passengers are back on the mainland after their excursion yesterday to Ibiza. Today they'll be travelling from the port of Denia towards the city of Tarragona. But there are currently 2 spare seats on the coach which need to be filled.
Good, and this is our little coach here. Just mind here. OK, ladies and gentlemen. This is Paul and Tim, your new travellers. They're going to sit there opposite Becky and Jess. OK. Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are on our way to Tarragona, which is in Catalonia, which I'll tell you about in a moment. But first of all, we have 2 new travellers, Paul and Tim. Welcome to the coach trip. Nice to meet you guys. Okay. And we'd like you to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself. So, over to you, Tim.
I'm Tim, I'm from Essex, and I co-own a health club up in London. Various hobbies. Travelling on coach is one of them.
And yourself, Paul?
I'm Paul. I'm 28 years of age.
Plus 10?
20. And I'm a club promoter in London. I promote various clubs and pubs and things.
Do you have a vacancy for a DJ?
I could squeeze you in on a Wednesday night.
She mixes wickedly.
Does she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a wicked mixer. So what do you do, Doris, now with you? Do it.
Oh, wicked.
Mash it up, mash it up. Well, thanks, guys, for your questions and answers and everything, and we'll welcome them to the coach trip. Thank you. Very good.
All the people on the trip, I mean, so they seem fine. Lovely bunch. Doris is funny. Doris is the right laugh. I'd like a grandmother like that.
Well, your grandmother's dead.
Yeah, I know, but I'd like a new one like that.
What are you saying, that Doris looks half dead?
No, I'm not saying that.
What an awful thing to say about
She's
somebody.
really bubbly and funny. So what are your impressions then?
Do you think you are Cilla Black?
Right, so we're on our way to Tarragona. It's a population of 120,000. It's the second most important port in Catalonia. It's dominated by a massive Gothic cathedral. It was very, very important in Roman times as a city and a port. And they did a lot of trade throughout the Mediterranean. There's also the remnants of the old Roman Forum and also the amphitheatre as well. And as I said, they did a lot of construction in the Romans. So it's mostly a very, very historical city, and it's a very important town, as I said, in Catalonia itself. So can you please just sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride? Thank you.
It's 11:15 when the coach trippers arrive at their first stop, just a few miles from Tarragona, where fun is definitely on the cards.
First, we're going to Portaventura, which is a theme park just south of Tarragona, where they're going to have a chance to ride on all the rides. One of them is a very big roller coaster, so we'll see how we go on. Right, guys, we're making a move. OK, stick together.
Right, guys. Okay, guys.
I'm going to have to stop saying that.
Portaventura theme park opened in 1995 and is one of the largest theme parks in Europe. One of its signature rides is the daunting Dragon Khan, an impressive roller coaster that travels at 65 miles per hour and includes a staggering 8 loops.
Oh my goodness.
We're not going to go on the roller coaster because I think it's too hair-raising.
Items.
OK, right, OK, chap.
But it looks like the dragon has claimed its first victims.
You all right? Yeah.
I'm sort of disorientated.
I know.
I enjoyed it and I wouldn't have not gone on it, but I feel... I've never been on a roller coaster that big before. I suppose I didn't want to feel like a chicken, so I thought I'd have a go. But it was being completely turned upside down, I think that made me feel sick. The experience was fantastic, wasn't it?
I know, but it was just too...
Yeah, disorientating.
Yeah. I've been on plenty of roller coasters in San Francisco, in LA, Disneyland, you know, Knott's Berry Farm, you name it, I've done it. And I think this one was really quite a tester. Plus, I think the heat had got to me this morning. I forgot my hat. And I think I just had a bit of sunstroke as well.
He looked at us and he was white as a sheet. He literally
With green?
Yeah, and he just got up and he was sort of tottering around a little bit.
I think Brendan is a bit of a mummy's boy.
I think Brendan was making out he was a bit harder than he actually is.
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm fine, honest. I just want to... I'm just so disorientated, you know, I feel so dizzy and weak. But I'm just going to sit here. I'll be all right in 2 minutes.
With Brendan incapacitated, Dave takes over as coach leader.
This way, please, come on.
And leads the group to the 282-foot free-fall drop ride called Hurricane Condor. Dave suffers from a serious balance problem, but so far the coach trip's activities seem to be helping him with his medical condition. and going on the park's scariest ride is just one more achievement he can be proud of.
When we're at home, you know, if we take the family, it's just the four of us, and with Dave's condition, with the dizziness, it would be such a risk, it'd be such a responsibility for me. But, you know, it's been wonderful, hasn't it? And now we go back home, we know we can actually take part in all this.
You know, the balance and everything is just coming better and better and better, and, you know, it's just one thing after another. And look, you know, this is absolutely marvellous.
I'm the one who can't balance it. Thank you.
Oh, I haven't been able to do this. Oh, it's just superb, brilliant.
I've got a new man here. It's wonderful.
Although the trip appears to be improving Dave's health, Andrea's not convinced that there was anything wrong with him in the first place.
The constant referrals to his illness drive you crazy. It's like he's a total hero because he's doing all these activities and he's got this illness. Every time she reminds me, this is another test for David, Andrea. And I said, whoopee, you know. I mean, it sounds awful. I know it sounds politically incorrect, but I honestly don't believe he's got an illness. I want to see his medical records.
It's 1 p.m. and time for the passengers to have a spot of lunch, although food is the last thing on Brendan's mind.
Might have to just go to the loo again. Oh. Sorry, guys.
Coming up in part 2, Brendan's day goes from bad to worse as the group cause problems on a walking tour.
They want an ice cream, they want the loo, they want to have a drink, and sometimes it makes me sort of want to bang my head against a stone wall like this.
And honesty is the best policy at voting time.
Becky seems to be constantly preening and performing, and it's getting on my wick.
I didn't see that one coming.
Today the coach trip is heading to the city of Tarragona. The group have already met 2 new passengers, Tim and Paul, and have spent the morning at a theme park, where one of the rides has left Brendan a little worse for wear.
Feels so ill.
He's now recovering in the park's medical centre.
Feel a lot better. Anyway, we've got to get to Tarragona because we're going to do some sightseeing, I think, in Tarragona. And then we've got the vote, haven't we, as well? So the show must go on. So I'm going to try and walk now if I can. Oof.
After a good rest, Brendan has finally recovered and meets back up with his passengers for lunch before continuing their visit to Tarragona.
I know, it's been one of those days, I tell you. We've been to the theme park now, and I've organised a lovely walk through the city to see some of the Roman ruins and the Roman remains. And it's a beautiful part of the city, and we're going to have a guided tour, and they can see the beautiful cathedral at the top of the hill, and then walk down to the amphitheatre.
Before the tour even begins, it's clear that the roller coaster ride has left Brendan in no mood to mess about.
Can we keep up, please? Thank you. It's not a children's excursion.
Well, I wonder if it is the first time that you are in Tarragona, but I'm sure that everybody knows that Tarragona is a city of Roman foundation. It was created by the Romans in the 3rd century before Christ, during the Second Punic War.
We love old cities and tours and that, and the history of it. Fascinating, and I think to see some of these old buildings that were built so long ago and find out a bit about the history, it's just mind-blowing that this stuff was built 2,000 years ago and it's still standing, and the guide was very, very good.
The question is, why did the Romans choose this area to stop and settle down and not continue their way southwards?
While some of the passengers find the talk interesting, others are more interested in talking to each other.
Out of respect, you know, from our point of view, it's nice for our group to listen, but they don't. You know, they hold conversations, they giggle at the back, And that really infuriates me because I get quite embarrassed, you know. And it's just so disrespectful to these people.
And Brendan is quick to lay down the law.
Can I just say that when we have a visiting guide, if you could just kindly button it, just out of respect.
It was very hot. I mean, she was very knowledgeable, and the really sad thing, I mean, I'd had several tequilas at lunch, and I wasn't really in the mood for a sort of a talk on the history of it all.
It wasn't that it was dull, you know, it was just, I was in my own little world, really. I wasn't really listening.
The more the tour progresses, the more Brendan's patience is tested.
Okay. So,
Well, now we are on the upper terrace. This cathedral was started at the end of the 12th century.
We think that Brendan was quite justified in quietening people when that woman was talking. Now, whether that's an old-fashioned thing that you show people respect when they're talking, but I don't blame him for getting annoyed one little bit.
To make matters worse, Brendan then notices Becky talking on her phone.
Becky made a phone call. It is rude for the incoming guide.
It's embarrassing for Brendan as well, isn't
Brendan,
it?
you can see
he's embarrassed.
He is embarrassed by it.
No, better go, Mum. Better go, Mum. All right, bye. The Mum.
The group aren't really interested. I mean, I'm sick of looking at Andrea and Paul and they're talking at the back and, you know, just showing no respect whatsoever for the guide. They want an ice cream, they want the loo, they want to have a drink, you know, they're not really interested in seeing, for example, this beautiful cathedral behind us, you know. And sometimes it makes me sort of want to bang my head against a stone wall like this.
Although it's been a frustrating day for Brendan, it's not over yet, as he gathers the group together for today's vote. On this coach trip, the passengers vote for who they don't like travelling with. Whoever gets the most votes is awarded a yellow card. If they get another yellow card on the trip, it becomes red and they are sent home and replaced by a new pair. Brendan gathers the group together to hear the result. Currently, no one has a yellow card.
Once again, we need to know who you're voting for and your reasons why. Thank you.
Ivor and Andrea are the first to vote.
Today we're voting for Di and Dave. The reason for our vote is that after the incident on the coach, we felt we accepted your vote very gracefully and we understood the reasons why. But we were absolutely gobsmacked the day after when you voted for Joe, not in the same manner that you voted for us for a completely different reason, considering it was him that ripped into me over something that had nothing whatsoever to do with him, and then continued to go berserk on the coach. Something like that I didn't think you would put up with, but you didn't say a word about it. When we first met them, when we got on the coach, I thought they were boring but nice people with principles, but I mean, how can you get it so wrong? No, I just think they're a pair of plonkers and they're really getting on my nerves, and I'm sorry to say it, but I think they are fake.
Today, Joy and I are voting for Jackson and Vix. The reason we're voting for them is that they appear to be on the outside of the group a little bit just at the moment. They don't seem to have actually blended in or accepted us as a group as a whole.
Today we're voting for Victoria and Jackson because we feel in response to their reply in Ibiza that we did try to speak to you but that you were blanking us, and that we feel today that we're not gelling with you as a couple.
Today we're voting for Becky and Jess. We haven't had so many interactions as we possibly could have, but I did notice that you did take a phone call during the tour, and that shows some little respect to the lady that was trying to tell us what was going on around the city.
That's fine, but I didn't actually take the phone call whilst the talk was going on, so just to clear that up, that was actually after the lady had spoken, and I think others would agree, but that's fine.
Today we're voting for Becky and Jess because Becky seems to be constantly preening and performing, and it's getting on my wick.
I didn't see that one coming.
Our first vote, as we only came today, is for Di and Dave. It's probably so much our fault as anybody else's, but we just feel we haven't made the bond.
So after 6 votes, Di and Dave, Jackson and Victoria, and Becky and Jess all have 2 votes each. But Becky and Jess are the last to vote.
Today we're going to vote for Dave and Di, because we feel that you have gelled the least with the group, including ourselves, and at times can be a little boring.
I can be a little boring. Thought I was boring today, did you? Yeah.
Overall,
Overall boring.
a little bit, I said.
I haven't walked off and done my own thing. I've been with the group all the time. I've even played the part of my dear friend Brendan when he was taken ill and led the group forward. So I'm sorry, but you know, I just don't accept that. But that's your view, and that's that.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the result of this evening's vote, with 3 votes against them, the first yellow card awarded to Di and Dave. Okay, and if you'd like to make your way to the coach, and we'll make our way to the hotel. Thank you. Thank you.
Di and Dave received their first yellow card, and Dave is shocked but quick to point the finger.
I was expecting the sort of comments to come from certain parties today. Andrew just tends to fly off the handle anyway. I was looking for reasons for voting for people on events that happened today. She just gets a bit of just pretends to bear a grudge all the time.
Over the past few days, we discovered things about Di and Dave that really went against the grain from when we joined the coach trip with them. And we've now made it part of our mission to remove them from the coach and remove any links from the previous alliance that was on the show, so we can go forward clean without any further issues.
I feel that every time she opens her mouth, she lets herself down, and we're just not prepared for a slanging match. We're not those sort of people.
And we know who we're going to be voting for tomorrow.
Yeah.
And the reason will be, I don't like you. It's as simple as that.
Next time on Coach Trip, the passengers head into France, where they get into a scrum.
No surrender!
And the voting hostilities continue.
I'm actually glad you voted for us today because it shows the sort of person you are.
Yeah, good. Thanks for that. No problem.